Ever wonder why some people seem to effortlessly climb to the top while others stay stuck? What if I told you the gap between average and extraordinary isn't talent or luck? It's a specific set of mental habits anyone can develop. Today, I'm revealing the powerful mindset secrets that separate the successful from everyone else. Straight from Nigel Cumberland's game-changing book, 100 Things Successful People Do. These aren't just theories. They're proven strategies used by the world's top achievers. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to implement them in your own life. Hey everyone, this video is the first in a 4-part series where I'll be breaking down the life-changing wisdom from Cumberland's comprehensive guide to success. I've spent weeks studying this book, testing these principles, and now I'm bringing you the most actionable insights that can transform your results almost immediately. Let's start with what Cumberland identifies as the absolute foundation of achievement: your mindset and personal development. The book makes a compelling case that success is an inside-out process. It begins in your mind before it ever manifests in your reality. The first powerful practice Cumberland highlights is mastering positive self-talk. This isn't fluffy, think happy thoughts advice. It's strategic mental programming. Successful people deliberately monitor and reshape their internal dialogue. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that positive self-talk reduces stress, improves immune function, and increases lifespan. Here's how successful people do it. They catch negative thoughts like, "I'll never figure this out," and immediately reframe them as, "I haven't figured this out yet." They transform "this is overwhelming" into, "let me break this down into manageable steps." This isn't denial, it's training your brain to find solutions instead of fixating on problems. I started applying this technique during my most stressful projects, and the difference was remarkable. Tasks that used to paralyze me with anxiety became interesting challenges to solve. Try this for just 1 week, and you'll be shocked at how differently your brain starts working. The second mindset shift is even more powerful. Successful people fundamentally redefine failure. Cumberland explains that while most people see failure as something to avoid at all costs, high achievers see it as essential feedback. Take Sarah Blakely, the billionaire founder of Spanx. Her father would ask at dinner, "What did you fail at today?" Celebrating her attempts rather than just successes. This trained her to see rejection and setbacks as stepping stones, not roadblocks. The book outlines a simple 3-step process successful people use when they face failure. 1. Ask, "What can I learn from this?" 2. Identify specific adjustments to make next time. 3. Implement those changes immediately without dwelling on the past. What's fascinating is that neurological research confirms this approach actually creates new neural pathways that make you more likely to succeed in the future. Failure literally makes your brain stronger, but only if you process it correctly. This leads directly to Cumberland's third principle: building extraordinary resilience. The book details how successful people systematically develop their bounce-back ability through specific practices. They maintain perspective by asking, "Will this matter in 5 years?" They practice emotional regulation through mindfulness techniques. They create support systems of people who believe in their vision. They focus exclusively on factors within their control. They develop physical resilience through adequate sleep, nutrition, and exercise. Cumberland cites fascinating research showing that resilience is more predictive of success than IQ, family background, or educational attainment. The good news? It's a skill that improves with deliberate practice. Perhaps the most transformative concept in the book is the growth mindset. Cumberland draws on Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck's groundbreaking research, showing that successful people deeply believe abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. They don't say, "I'm not a math person," or "I'm not creative." Instead, they add the word "yet" to any skill they haven't mastered. This simple shift activates different neural pathways in the brain and dramatically improves learning outcomes. The book provides a fascinating example of how Microsoft transformed its corporate culture by adopting growth mindset principles, leading to record innovation and market value. If this approach can revolutionize a tech giant, imagine what it can do for your personal development. When it comes to goals, Cumberland reveals that successful people follow a specific formula that most others miss. Rather than vague aspirations, they create what psychologists call well-formed outcomes, specific and measurable targets, clear deadlines with milestone check-ins, written documentation they review daily, both outcome goals and process goals, stretch goals that push beyond comfort zones, accountability mechanisms with consequences. The book cites a fascinating study from the Dominican University showing that people who wrote down their goals, shared them with friends, and provided weekly progress reports were 76% more likely to achieve them than those who merely thought about their goals. I've personally implemented this structured approach to goal setting and achieved more in the past 6 months than in the previous 2 years combined. The clarity and accountability make all the difference. Another critical mindset shift is taking 100% responsibility for outcomes. Cumberland observes that successful people eliminate blame, excuses, and victim thinking from their vocabulary. They operate from what psychologists call an internal locus of control, the belief that they influence their destiny through their choices. This doesn't mean they control every circumstance, but they control their response to every circumstance. As the book eloquently puts it, responsibility is the ability to choose your response. The power of this mindset becomes evident when facing setbacks. Average performers ask, "Whose fault is this?" While high achievers ask, "What can I do now to improve the situation?" This single shift transforms problems from obstacles into opportunities. Cumberland dedicates significant attention to mindfulness as a success habit. The book explains how successful people use specific mindfulness techniques to improve decision-making by reducing cognitive biases, enhance creativity through open awareness, strengthen focus and attention span, regulate emotional responses to stress, improve relationship quality through present moment attention. What's fascinating is that brain scans show regular mindfulness practice actually changes your brain structure, increasing gray matter in regions associated with self-awareness, compassion, and introspection. The book recommends starting with just 5 minutes of focused breathing daily and gradually building up. Perhaps the most actionable insight is Cumberland's emphasis on systematically expanding your comfort zone. Successful people intentionally make themselves uncomfortable on a regular basis, not for the sake of discomfort itself, but because they understand growth happens at the edge of capability. The book suggests a practical approach. Identify one small uncomfortable action you can take daily that aligns with your goals. This creates what neurologists call productive struggle, the optimal zone for developing new neural connections and skills. Cumberland observes that successful people are perpetual students with specific learning habits. They read or listen to books for at least 30 minutes daily. They curate information sources to avoid low-value content. They apply new knowledge immediately through deliberate practice. They teach what they learn to deepen understanding. They seek diverse perspectives that challenge their assumptions. The book cites Warren Buffett, who famously spends 80% of his day reading, and explains how this habit provides compound returns on investment over time. Knowledge, like money, grows exponentially when consistently accumulated. Finally, successful people balance striving with appreciation through systematic gratitude practices. Cumberland explains the science behind gratitude, showing it activates reward pathways in the brain, reduces stress hormones, and improves sleep quality. The book recommends specific gratitude exercises, maintaining a daily gratitude journal with 3 specific entries, regular appreciation sessions with team members and family, gratitude walks where you mentally list what you're thankful for, creating visual reminders of progress already made, celebration rituals for milestones achieved, no matter how small. What's remarkable is how this practice creates a positive feedback loop. Gratitude improves your mood, which improves your performance, which gives you more to be grateful for. As we wrap up this first exploration of Cumberland's book, I want to emphasize that these mindset principles aren't just nice ideas. They're practical tools that reshape your reality when consistently applied. Success isn't something that happens to you. It's something you literally think into existence through these specific mental habits. In our next video, I'll break down the productivity systems and daily habits that successful people use to turn these mindset principles into tangible results. You'll learn exactly how top performers structure their days, manage energy, and accomplish more in less time. If you found value in these mindset strategies, hit the like button and subscribe to catch the entire 4-part series. Drop a comment below sharing which of these principles you're going to implement first, and let's build a community of people committed to leveling up together. Until next time, remember, your mind is the ultimate success tool. Train it well,